Greetings, YouTube. I'm an information junkie. There are probably 30 to 50 sites I visit every single day on my browser. Just cruising around the internet, Tumblr, uh, Instagram on my phone, all kinds of different public blogs. I really enjoy finding data. I mean, it would drive people crazy because I'm a kind of person that when I find a blog and it's an article I want to read, I open a separate window. I happen to open a separate tab, rather. So at the moment, I've got like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got like 15 tabs open on my browser at the moment. Most of them from Metafilter articles I'm going to be reading as soon as I finish filming this. And they may inspire new videos. They may just be information I filter through my head. And I enjoy a variety of different things. And one of the things I've discovered recently, people talking about specific topics on Star Trek, particularly the new season of Discovery, which I have not had a chance to watch yet, so please no spoilers. I've seen the first two. I enjoyed them, even though I found the whole season episodic thing kind of tedious. Like, I don't really give a crap about some of the things that they are dealing with, and there are logical holes the size of, the QE2 in some of the stuff. But the characters, I'm really enjoying the characters. My wife and I find Tilly really charming, for example. I mean, the actress that plays it recently came out as queer, which is nice, having some representation in such a popular show. And one of the tweets I saw recently was someone who's like, says, I like female characters that piss off men, talking about Michael Burnham, who's the actress playing Michael Burnham. I cannot remember. And then some guy was all upset. Because he said, I'm looking at the new season of, Discovery, and there's not a single straight white guy in the cast. And again, I haven't seen it, but I have seen pictures of most of the cast members, and I know some of the backstory on these people because I've seen the first two seasons. And I thought about it, the dude's right. There isn't actually a single straight white dude in that cast. And my thought is, so it is not hard to be anywhere in the world, anywhere, and not be surrounded by single straight dudes. It is conceivable. I'm making the assumption he was talking about cis people as well. I know there is a trans person in that series now as well. So he's probably including, there's a particular lack of cis dudes in that, cis white dudes. And reality is diversity. And the word diversity is very loaded in the media and in the blog sphere and on the internet, because a lot of people hear diversity and they think forced diversity. And for them, forced diversity is any time that isn't a mirror. Yeah, I can see my face right now. So, hi. I look at my face almost every day when I'm filming. And I film almost every day. I'm used to it. In fact, I've been doing this channel for so long that the voice here is the voice in my head now. That I actually hear my own voice in my head as it sounds on this video. That's how long I've been doing this. That my internal concepts of what my voice is what you hear. It was very strange one day when I realized that I wasn't hearing that internal difference between our internal voice and our external voice. But I don't expect to see my face on every video. I go to YouTube, I don't expect to see me. When I turn a movie on, I don't expect to see me. Nor television, or a net series, or anything. I don't need the world to be a mirror. And if it isn't a mirror, I somehow feel cheated. I feel lesser. The arrogance of that worldview is smothering and astounding. Think about it for a second. Think about it. There are guys out there, straight, white, cis dudes, right now, who, if they don't see themselves in every single piece of media as the main character, they are incapable of either enjoying it or experiencing the things in that form of media on a personal level, even though the whole planet has been absorbing Western media of a dozen different varieties for hundreds of years, and they're quite capable of seeing themselves in the little glimpses here and there, even though they are not seeing themselves in that media. But there are some very fragile white cis straight dudes out there, and they need everything to be a mirror. And when it isn't, they get real angry, and they're cruel, and some of them are dangerous. And we know that they exaggerate how many people are in a room, for example, who are women. If you have a guy who's a misogynist, and he says that there are 50 women at work, there are actually 25. They double the number of women in a group because that is how they perceive it inside their heads. That it's just too much. There's not enough straight white cis dudes in that community, in that group, for them to be comfortable. For them to be comfortable, they don't even be there. Maybe you can get it with 10 or 12 women, maybe, as long as everybody else is a guy. And that's sad. The media shouldn't be a mirror for you. If your ego is that fragile, if it is that ever present, you deeply need to talk to a therapist, because you're not well. And expecting other people to shelve their desires and their representation and forestall their ability to act and sing and draw and do everything else out there so that you're comfortable, so that your fragile white presence and your male presence and your straight presence and your cis presence is preserved artificially, because that's the artificiality. A media that only shows straight white cis dudes, not diversity. That's reality. The world is populated with lots of people. White people are a minority on the global scale. And white people don't seem to like that fact. I'm okay with it. I could give a shit. If in 100 years there isn't a single white person on the planet, I don't care. Because the planet will still be populated with human beings. That's what I do care about. That we're still here, still doing wonderful creative things, still striving, still going out there, still making art and science and philosophy and exploration, and maybe moving past the need to see ourselves reflected in everything in front of us.